Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're safe and well because that is the most important thing. As you can probably tell, I am in the northern office of TT Environmental. That is, I am in a hotel room. I'm up to see mum, obviously, and it's the memorial lunch for my cousin and her husband tomorrow after they so tragically died within 18 days of each other back in February. Anyway, what have we got for you today? Right. The first thing is UK Reach and the SVHC saga. Now, what happened on exit day was that we didn't bring in any new SVHCs. We just adopted them as per exit day, and then after that, we sat on them. And what's happened is that with the Labour government going, we want to be more in sync with the EU, they have said to the HSE, right, bring these all in. So we're having tranches of SVHCs brought into UK Reach to make it parallel to EU Reach. And the first tranche landed this week. And we're expecting more, I believe, in the autumn. It may be 2 or 3 tranches, can't remember exactly when. And you've got to download the list from this webpage as an Excel sheet. Now, on that page, there is a link to another page which will tell you the SVHCs that are proposed to be being brought in. But basically, we are moving quite rapidly towards alignment with SVHCs in the EU. So that's the first thing. And of course, if you do have something that's an SVHC, remember it triggers a whole pile of things. Like requirement to have an SDS if a substance is non-hazardous, requirement to disclose at 0.1% and above on the SDS. If it's an article, you've got different duties, etc. So yes, SVHCs are a big deal. The major retailers don't like them. A lot of people will not sell consumer products if there are SVHCs present in your product. So you do need to keep an eye on those things and check and be warned that there is more coming. So that's the very first thing, what has happened. The second thing is, let's see, it's from the EU. Now, you remember that we've had a lot of hassle over the business with what's happening with the CLP labels, the format of the EU CLP labels. Well, this week we had a political deal on what was going to happen. And there is a press release on it, what the politicians have agreed should go in. However, I want to be really clear about this. We have been here before. We have had changes before. Do not make any decisions on the basis of this that you can't roll back until we have the actual legislation published on EUR-Lex, EUR-Lex, the official journal, because this has gone backwards and forwards between Europarliament, between the European Commission, and the whole thing. To describe it as a mess is an understatement. But I will put the link to the press room press release on this, because there are actually 2 press releases going about. There's really glossy one with a politician quoting, and it says very little. And then the press release from the press room, and it's also got some other information in there, but I know that you're likely to be most bothered about labeling. But the actual press release from press room has a much better summary of what's actually in there. Now, I have seen a document that I was sent through, thank you very much, saying what the changes are. Unfortunately, it's a document referring to another document. And if you don't have that original document, you can't really tell what's going on. So be very, very careful about this. Right, I will get off my soapbox there. Okay, so the next thing is actually a couple of can you help moments. Now, we have this in the newsletter from time to time where we ask our lovely readers if they can participate in things. And sometimes it's to do with the sort of feedback. Sometimes it's to do with lobbying. Sometimes it's to do with charities. the two things this week. The first thing is actually political, but in a good way, hopefully. The Alliance of Chemical Associations are super concerned about the REACH alternative registration model. Now, DEFRA is pushing forward with producing this, but they, I think, have been tasked with this and they can't stop the process. And what that means is that it's likely, in the way that it has been designed, and also the fact that we've got these really close deadlines, which industry did not ask for and think is ridiculous, but leave that on one side. But it means we have to set up CIFs, or CIF equivalents, which if you're in REACH language, you'll know means the Substance Information Exchange Forum. And even setting that up, if you've got like 20 registrants, you're in a lot of admin cost. It doesn't matter what the costs are to pay to the, to pay to the HSE for the privilege, or DEFRA, or whoever gets the money for the privilege of registering under UK REACH. It's just the admin costs are going to ramp up. And then data costs from buying data from the EU, etc. It could get out of hand really quickly. So the Alliance of Chemicals Associations is, one understands, doing some discreet lobbying at ministerial level. And it would be super useful if you think that unilateral recognition of EU REACH registrations here in the UK is a good idea. Then it would be super helpful to write from your business to your local MP saying, I would like this adopted, and saying, because we can't afford the costs, this is roughly how much we think it would cost. Whatever, do your best. Some of us have been saying this since the first feedback on chemical regulations and Brexit back in 2016. And yes, call me a nerd, but I do have evidence of it. If you want to sign up to our archive on Chemicals Coffee Time, you will see that. At least I think you'll see it there. Anyway, there are definitely links to that, and I'm going to put the Chemicals Coffee Time link in just now. And of course, if you sign up to the archive, if you're already a subscriber to Chemicals Coffee Time, which is free every Friday at 9:30, by the way, then you can sign up to the archive if you haven't already done so, and you won't get 2 copies. If you're new to the newsletter and you sign up, it means you will get the newsletter every Friday at 9:30. So, but I hope it's useful. Sorry, I don't know if that's a bit of hay fever coming in. So that's the first Can You Help? Now, the second Can You Help is a bit more practical. Our good friend Neil Hollis of BASF participates every year in the BCF charity bike ride. And for the past couple of years, he has been raising money along with them for a colleague of theirs who died tragically young. And they support the local hospices in Midlands area somewhere. Now, usually Neil has his own direct link. This year, it's a joint fundraising link, but I'm going to put it below this video now. As you're probably aware, hospices get virtually no government support. If there's anything, it's just negligible. They cost a lot of money. They do amazing work. And even if it's not in your area, it's always good to support hospices. So please do sign up. And yes, the self-help group has supported Neil as part of this, because it is a really good thing to do. Right. So that's it from me for today, nearly. What about the reason to be cheerful? And the answer, the reason to be cheerful is, obviously, we're carrying on with the Only Fools and Horses theme this month. And it is Del Boy's Poker Face. I think this is, obviously, it's a very funny watch, but I think it shows the amazing, amazing skills of, dear me, David Jason as an actor. So that's it from me for today. Have a lovely, lovely day, whatever you're doing. And I hope to be able to chat to you again next week if we're both spared. Take care of yourselves. Bye.